Hello, I'm Jamie Carson, Director of Communications for Sarasota County Government, and joining me right now is FPL Director of External Affairs, Timothy Bryant. Timothy, thank you for joining me, and thank you for the opportunity to share what your team's working on with our community. Can you provide just a general overview of what you guys are doing to help our community?
Yes, absolutely. Again, thank you. Really appreciate being here at the Sarasota EOC. Hurricane Ian was a tragedy for a lot of folks, particularly here in this community. And we're working here within the EOC and working along with the City of Sarasota and North Fork to identify the most hard-hit areas, our customers, our critical infrastructure, to try and restore as many customers as possible, as quickly and safely as possible.
So, Timothy, we talked about it a little bit before. There's actually a process. You guys are focusing on the critical infrastructure for the county first. So Let's talk about what prioritizes a location to be a critical infrastructure.
And yes, our critical infrastructure are those things such as hospitals, the police department, all those critical services for making life normal to our customers to the best that we can. And that's what we work on first. And then as we work through those critical assets, then we're looking to work on our large feeders and transmission assets to really get as many customers as we can back into service as quickly as possible.
So some community members, I was talking to an individual that they didn't have power, but they looked across the street and their neighbor had power. But it's really about the grid and how it's established. There might be some residents that are attached to those same grids of those critical infrastructures that power gets restored earlier on while other people are still waiting. Is that correct?
Well, to some extent. The power grid is a broad network, interchange and intercross across multiple layers so that we have redundancy. And part of what some of our neighbors see when their neighbor has lights or power and some don't, they see the backup of that redundancy of our transmission grid. So yes, there's some situations where some folks are tied to a specific critical infrastructure that we've restored and some are not, and that's kind of what they see when one particular customer across the street or neighbor has power and that they don't. It's just how we have our redundancies across the system established.
So for right now, we talk about timelines. Our community, the hurricanes passed, we're eager to recover, get back to some normalcy. Is there any sort of timeline for how long it'll take for power to be restored to Sarasota County residents and businesses?
Yeah, and that's one of the challenges that we have. So yes, the hurricane has passed through here. However, our process within the first 24 to 48 hours, we're doing nothing but really assessing the amount of damage and where that damage is and what it will take for us to get our crews and assets deployed to restore the outage. So that's kind of where we are right now. We're still on the very end, if you will, of the assessment phase of restoration and transitioning to get our crews from all over the state to deploy to restore those damaged lines where we've assessed that need.
So it's going to take time for our residents. You're hearing it here. I'm talking with Timothy Bryant, the Director of External Affairs for FPL. So Timothy, is it helpful for people to call in and report power outages, or are you guys aware of everything already?
With our tools, we have a lot of resources to identify who's out, but we definitely appreciate getting feedback from our customers, and they can contact us via www.fpl.com. as well as the FPL app. That's their best resources to communicate to us, also to check the status of their personal service, and they can definitely do that in that way. But again, as we continue to work through, we just continue to beg for a little bit of patience and grace as we assess where we are and deploy the right resources at the right time to safely restore all of our customers in this hard-hit area.
Thank you, Timothy. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for watching. Timothy mentioned that it's going to take some time for the power to come back on. We've had previous videos on our social media and our website about what to do and some health and safety tips regarding generators and candles. So please watch those other videos because it's going to take some time for power to come back on. Continue to follow us on SRQ County Gov. Visit our website, scgov.net. We have a direct link to FPL on that county website. If you have questions regarding the county and our services and programs and what's available out there, you can always call 311 while you're in the county, 941-861-5000 if you're outside the county. Thank you for watching, and take care of each other.